All right, everyone, we are back with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, chief host of the show, and joining me, as always, is none other than my co-host, Avira.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hope your Friday's going well. Yeah,
And
today is the day before Christmas Eve, and this is our season finale. What is it? Season 5 now?
this is season 5, indeed.
Good lord!
And
Wow,
down
yeah, it's
here,
been. All right, cool.
and
Well,
down
looking
here
forward to it.
is indeed the day before Christmas. But up there,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
oh, you're not there yet.
Not quite.
Anyway, joining us as always, our interim host, Noble.
I wish it wasn't so overcast here.
I don't know about you, but I have a very sunny day, and it's actually feeling pretty warm. It's wonderful and warm, but I do miss the whole spring days that I've been having for the past week or so. So, yeah, down here the heat is hit and miss. You either put up with it okay enough to survive it, or you just wish summer was cooler.
Oh, you're so glad that your living room has a reverse cycle.
Yeah, that's it. And joining us for this week, we have Reverend Astral Wolf.
Hello.
Tell me, how are you today?
Cold.
Cool, eh? What's it up there? Is it the time of the year where the winter chill just comes up and
Well, just this weird system that's been going through that's affecting half the country. This morning,
yeah.
this morning it woke up at 50 degrees and it's now 14 degrees and that wind is howling out there.
Yeah, we're getting rain in Washington.
That is a pretty rapid drop.
Mm-hmm.
If it's howling, just throw a brick at it.
Yeah, right.
We're trying to compete.
The wind is blowing so hard the brick might catch flight.
Yeah, dude. Down here on Long Island as well. Same thing. It's been windy all day, like gusts. It started at night, actually. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
All right. So, as you must know, if I can't really say why I wasn't here, other than I was crook last week. But now I'm just still here, and the effects are still here, and I'm just battling it out, I suppose. But you know what? Here we are. We've made it through the long, long ride that was 2022, and we're still here and alive.
Yeah. Man, I can't believe it's 2022 already. Actually, it's gonna be 2023 next week. What the heck?
Well, we've still got a couple more. Yeah. It's going to be 2023 next week. It's crazy. And it's like everyone was saying, it's just right there. It's almost Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, in the spirit of, what's been happening, and as we look back through memory lane, what has really happened as of note throughout the whole of 2022? It's a crazy ride.
Well, it started out okay. January 2022, New Year.
Yeah, and then I think February or whatever, everything just kind of turned upside down. And I think that was a time where we all of us down here, some of us as the Furry Raiders, got infatuated with the letter Z.
Yes, Mother Russia. Oh my God, the first actual conflict in Europe since World War II. It's crazy.
But I think it stands to be one that just was so pivotal that it's changed the course of the world.
Well, no one expected it to last this long, too. We thought it was going to be a blitzkrieg or something. That's how it looked in the first couple of weeks or so, and then I don't know.
And I think
that's what happens when you have reality smack in with imagination. Interesting things happen.
So yeah, that happened, and it's still happening.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
It still is, especially when the people who are really running the show are so detached from reality, like you said, Noble. But in all up, though, it's I actually think what was the most funniest thing about this whole Z affair was the overblown reaction to it.
Oh yeah.
I think, like, look at it this way: if you basically got all these sanctions and all that put against you, you had all that stuff leaving you. You're not allowed to have McDonald's. You're not allowed to have Pornhub and all that just because you invaded a country.
I think sacrificing McDonald's and Pornhub isn't actually a bad thing. Now that you think about it,
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like at
I'm
least
sure
there's a
countries
silver
are.
lining to it. At least now people will be healthier, both physically and spiritually.
Yeah, I guess that's a positive.
So hey, look on the positives, right? You lose out on something, you gain something even greater.
It just boggles my mind that Putin has not dropped nukes yet. Like, the dude is so crazy. I think that's something that he probably wants to do when people are trying to tell him not to, because it's just so damn bonkers.
He's threatened it.
I know, he's insane.
Yeah, he's cautioned it, like, lay off the whole interference thing, or, we have all these hypersonic missiles to start with, and we
Yeah,
haven't
well,
even revealed our true power level yet.
dude, drone technology too is looking really cool. And not just weapons, but like for entertainment too.
I know, but it's just come up to that level too, yeah. But hey, you know what? I think you know what the biggest challenge every furry could never forget about this whole Russia thing: how to buy art from a Russian artist.
Yes.
Oh, now, Fox. Sorry, Joel. Don't forget, there's that whole fur trade thing. I mean, wasn't it majority of decent, fursuit fur was made in Russia?
Yes, that's what I remember too when we had a certain person on the show earlier this year. A lot of the synthetic fur was made in Russia.
Yeah, well, a lot of our fursuit makers and like even just artists, traditional, digital, whatever. Yeah, a lot of them happen to live there, and now you can't even use like PayPal to
Right,
pay them
because
anymore. So
PayPal was embargoed, in Russia
yeah,
because
it's
of
like
that.
if
But the
you're
Russians found a way to adapt.
yeah, as they do.
Yep.
But yeah, it
So
must suck like being a furry in Russia. Like imagine living in like I don't know St. Petersburg or something, and this is like your job, right? And now what? Oh, a lot of your clientele are probably Americans and
Westerners and all that, like not even and all that. But hey, look on the But now that they've found a way to adapt, it says it's not an impossible or daunting anymore to buy art from the Russians. And let me tell you, they are some of the most talented furry artists out there.
oh yeah, definitely.
But it does beg me the question too. Like, it is saying something as well that and this has not escaped my notice, is that the center of power for commerce in the real world and in the furry world is shifting away, like from from the Western countries like the United States to like your Russias, your Brazils, and what have you.
Yeah, Japan, South Korea.
Yeah, did you know Jolty was only partially made in the United States?
Oh no, I didn't know that. Oh wait, no, I think I did.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think the head was different, right?
Yeah, the head, the hands, and
Right,
that
right.
was partially made in Argentina.
Yeah, cool.
So I guess your probably your next order of business is to do like I do and like buy a first food in Argentina or Brazil or whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty cool when you think about it. I mean, part of it was made in the United States, another one made in Argentina, and then they're shipped across the world to Australia. Like, wow.
I mean, yeah, that's part of the beauty, isn't it? The fursuits are modular.
That is true. Well, yeah, if you have a partial.
Or even a full, you just Frankenstein something and,
Yeah.
helps your
Mine
uncle.
was made in Canada.
Yeah,
Oh.
that ain't too bad though. Yeah, probably, really well known for, Canadian fursuit maker.
Stormfire.
Mm-hmm. But that also begs another question too, like with regards to fursuits and that, like, and the whole Russia thing has upended everything, that the prices of literally anything and everything have really skyrocketed.
Yes, that's another fun thing that happened during this year. Inflation across the world.
Mm.
Like scary bad inflation. Oh my goodness. But that's for everything. Not just gas prices, like even like furry art has like doubled in price.
I think
Everything went up.
something the cost of living.
Yeah, that too.
I know furry art has doubled in price. And it's like, and now your challenge is to like trying to snap up a fantastic deal.
Well, a full fursuit right now, it would be like buying a used car. So you really got to prioritize things,
And even then, the car market wasn't ruined because of this whole thing. It's been ruined like since COVID.
Yeah,
Because
that's
of
true.
the chip shortage.
Well, unfortunately, and this is the sad part, Tesla has been able to adapt a lot quicker than every other automotive industry.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
Literally
right.
because they control every aspect of the vehicle. So if all of a sudden one chip becomes unavailable, they go, oh, we'll just go reprogram another one. Whereas unfortunately, if you go like Toyota, Ford, General Motors, they have to track down who programmed it, what contractor programmed it, and see if they can get another chip working. It's psychotic.
Well, that's why when I was looking for a newer Outback, because I had a 2018 that rolled 100,000 miles, I was like, do I get a 2020? Do I get a 2021? Do I get a 2022? Because, at least with a 2020, you're not going to be running into, oh, we had to use an alternate chip supplier, and maybe that chip isn't as well supported as what they were usually getting. So I ended up with a 2020.
Oh yeah.
And
I
back
mean,
then in August, the dealerships had barely any stock on the ground.
and even then, it's not improving though. But the thing about the matter is, Tesla has the upper advantage of like all the trending things because everyone climate change is a fucking trend and a half now.
Tesla might be trending, but a car company that produces vehicles, if they can't simply turn around and provide a customer one fucking bolt because it was forgotten during manufacturing process,
Mhm.
yeah, I want to stay away from that. I want to stay away from the
Yeah.
iPhone of the car industry. I'm sorry, but yes, fine, they may be able to, quickly switch over chips, but if they can't supply basic parts
Yeah.
that should be provided with a vehicle, then just no.
But
Is
yeah,
that
but it's all up though, regards to all this. Like prices of everything that, like I said, really shot up. How much is petrol gas over there? Like what, $4, $5, $6 a gallon at the worst.
Actually, around my area, it's starting to get below $3.
below 3? Wow.
Yeah, well, there's a bit of a competition over by my work, so yeah, a lot of people are still below 350, and we're sitting there like, oh, 293.
Okay.
Yeah,
Remember a
Yeah,
couple
it's
years ago,
great.
it was like $1.86 on Long Island.
it never got that low up here.
I wish it did.
Yeah, and now at its worst, it was like 4, 5, or 6, and far
Oh yeah,
out.
dude, I saw $6.99 for diesel.
Ugh.
$7 a gallon. Can you imagine like being a trucker and having to pay for that? That is
I think
sick.
the price of diesel is a bit, higher than that. But hey,
Yeah. Hey, Jay Leno cracked that joke when they interviewed him after he got all healed up from his incident. He was saying that the most expensive part of the whole ordeal was the gasoline because it's $7.50 in California.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. And it was a little bit that it was blown out of the fuel line, and the pilot light on the car he was working on caught it on fire. It was an old white.
Huh.
Yeah.
all right. Got a live comment from Mint. Putin's persona is a bear, and I'm positive of it.
Oh yeah, it's gotta be. You ever see a squirrel and hedgehog? How they always have like the Russian is like a bear. Yeah, that's totally true.
I don't know. I thought Putin discovered his persona 4 years ago with the advent of the previous World Cup. and that was Zabivaka.
Oh yeah, well I think Zabievaka is more like Russia's persona. Like Putin has his own thing.
And that was Zabivaka.
Oh yeah, well I think.
Anyway, aside from all of that, yeah, a lot of other things did happen though. You know, we had the World Cup towards the end of the year. You know, for those who do pay attention to sports ball, that was that was you know, a spectacle in and of itself, in more ways than one. But what else did happen that was of note this year? Eh?
The head
Wait.
Power Ranger unfortunately passed away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we
yeah.
had some prolific deaths too. You know, head Power Ranger Queen Elizabeth II.
Yep.
May
Yeah,
she
that-
rest in peace, and
that
may
rock-
the king's reign be as short as his temper.
Oh boy.
And a whole host of others too. You know, one of the guys from Harry Potter. What are they?
Oh yeah, Hagrid.
Yes.
Did Gilbert Gottfried die this year?
Yes, he did.
Oh my god. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was in 2022 or 2021.
It was back in April.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mr. Peabody.
Oh yeah, Gilbert Gottfried died in April. Damn. But yeah, I know lots and lots of people that we're gonna miss in this world now. And here we're gonna see the new King's. You know, here in Australia, we're gonna see the new King's mug printed on the face of our money.
Oh yeah. Did they start doing that yet?
Yeah, they've come up with a design for King Charles's face on the $5 note and all the coins that are going to
Wow.
be minted from 2023 onwards.
And of course, for those of us who grew up in the 80s and 90s, Bob McGrath, who was a longtime fixture on Sesame Street, passed away this month.
What did he do?
He was Bob. He was Bob on Sesame Street.
I don't remember him.
Eh, 80s and 90s. I remember him when I was little. He was also on the Sesame Street movie.
Oh, if I saw a picture of him, I'd probably remember. But
Yeah.
I don't really watch Sesame Street. It's probably before my time.
Yeah, I don't think it's that big anymore.
They're trying. They had a whole skit with Elmo getting his vaccine. Yeah, all
They
kinds
also
of
had a-
messages like that.
They also didn't they also have a skit with him talking about racism and shit?
Of course.
Oh yeah, that
Because
was
why not?
one of my favorite actresses passed away this year, Angela Lansbury. If you know her, she was the voice of the teapot on Beauty and the Beast.
Oh no, that's sad.
And then she was also, of course, Murder, She Wrote. She was a very well-known British actress.
My grandma used to love Murder, She Wrote. She'd watch it all the time.
Yeah. Now, but in that sense, though, it was quite an eventful ride. There's no denying it for all of us down here, especially in inside and outside of Furry and the Furry Raiders. Remember, this year we had our 200th episode. We made it to the big 200.
It's so wild, man. Congrats. Yay.
Yeah, yes, and there's still so much more in the story of the Furry Raiders in store in the years ahead that I can say to you. But also now to move on to the realm of furry things, it's been a pretty crazy ride for conventions too. Like now this has really become the year where they've, gone back and restarted after the whole COVID thing in a way.
And it seems people were just a tad bit excited.
Well, yeah. I mean, see, I expected that when conventions were going to be coming back, that they would be like not as well attended, like half the amount probably. So I think people would probably still be scared, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah. And then now eventually, people just wanted to get everything back to normal the way it was before. in a way as well. And we've kind of got that, you know. But
Kind
there's
of.
been but with furry conventions, there's always been a very very big roadblock to that way. The whole vaccine mandates.
Yeah, I don't know if every single convention is doing that, but I know a lot of the big ones are. Like MFF was absolutely draconian with it. Same thing with AC.
Megaplex was only masks because we went to Megaplex.
Yeah. But most others are just, in between, in and around, or having these, just there's 2 vaccines or what have you. But but you got to look at all the other conventions too. Like, you ask yourself, if you go to an anime convention, games, pop culture, Comic Con, if they even, if attendees require a vaccine certificate to attend, right?
We have Saratoga Comic Con here in Saratoga Springs, and they are not requiring anything. No masks, no vaccines, nothing. Just go and have a good time. And this last one we went to in November, you could barely move around the show floor. It was so packed.
See, that's the way it should be, right?
Yes. And the guy that runs it isn't woke as whatever, virtue signal everything, require all the, we gotta look out for everybody. So we're gonna make you have all 5 or all 6 before you can attend, and you gotta prove it, and then you gotta wear a wristband to prove it. Ugh. MFF.
Jeez. And what's funny about all of that? Even still, MFF, like COVID, was still spread around there. They even had to make an announcement for it.
Yes.
Like, if everyone is masked and vaxxed and double vaxxed and whatever the hell, then how is it still spreading?
They were all still getting sick, and they were all like, posting their at-home tests, and they're like, "Oh, look, your pregnancy test is showing that you're pregnant."
And
That's what it looks like.
most people forget it's not just breathing in each other's faces that leads to infection. It's also, touching someone or touching something that was recently touched, touching your face, and contamination
And
generally.
that goes true for most viruses.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
isn't
cough in
there
your
like a
hand.
type of not AIDS? What was that thing? Hepatitis. There's a type of hepatitis where if someone doesn't wash their hands after going to the toilet, they touch a surface, someone else touches that surface, and then they eat something, and then they get that as well.
Growth.
Wasn't that hepatitis C?
Wash your bloody hands, you stupid pricks.
But no, at Saratoga Comic Con, there were people that chose to wear a mask, and I'm fine with that. If you choose to wear it, that's on you. Don't make everybody else do it because you're too afraid to get out of your mother's basement.
Yeah, it really should be a choice, but I guess some cons don't do that.
They don't believe in choice. This whole last 2 years has shown their true colors, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like now, it's so evident, if you want to join the mainstream FurCon club, we'll go to all the mainstream cons, and, wear a mask, and I don't mean your fursuit head, and get your fucking,
With the whole mask mandate thing, I still hold that if it's required either by the state or the country at the time, you can't say anything about it. But when the FurCon itself turns around and says you have to regardless, that's when it's a problem.
Yes.
Because beating down on someone like that, on an organization, because they're required to by law, is fucking ridiculous. But when they're doing it because they choose to, then they're the ones being ridiculous.
Well, a lot of these events are kind of run by like petty people too.
Yes.
I mean, they just want that ability to say, you can do this, you can't do that. They love that rush of authority that they get.
Well, somebody, it was either, I think it was in the Motor City FurCon group, kind of, said what their real goal was to filter out certain people. Because, generally who's the ones that are not getting the vaccines and who's the ones that are averse to wearing the mask all the time.
Yeah, there you go.
Think about it for a minute. And then those are the same people that they wanted to keep out of the conventions, keep out of the fandom.
Yep.
Because they're, these young kids come in and they act like gatekeepers because they think they own it, they control it.
And that's how it usually goes every couple of years.
Ugh.
Give it another 4 or 5 years, and you'll have another group that will come in with either heavier restrictions or they'll try to lighten everything off.
They're all like, well, if you don't like it, then go start your own events. Okay, we did. And then they got mad about that.
And that's exactly what happened this year in 2022.
That was so juicy.
The greatest FurCon happened.
Yep.
Right smack bang in the heart of summer in July 2022. I will not forget it. Granted, I wasn't able to attend purely because of financial reasons and the and all the challenge and all the hiccups about flying abroad, out of Australia and into overseas. But like I said again, to those who attended, endless congratulations and thank yous to you all, for you are a beacon of hope in this time of darkness. And I still stand by that statement. And like we all said, Free for All is coming back again next year. Late July 2023. Still at the still in Tulsa at the Glenpool Conference Center. Be there. It is a con you do not want to miss out on. And in and of itself, I was actually amazed by it because it was a con that had, that went against all odds, against all expectations, and every furry and their mother wanted it to fail. But no! It succeeded! It won! It triumphed!
I think you mean, Jolt, that they didn't have to call the police. No one was taken away in an ambulance. Feces weren't smeared all over the walls. You didn't have degenerates running around and doing things that would generally have them arrested and thrown in prison.
Yeah, and they still tried to get it canceled.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and those
No,
are
they
all,
said, if you don't like the mainstream furry fandom, then go build your own thing. So, okay. We did that, and they still try to shut it down. What the hell? What do you want, people?
They were successful in shutting it down from one location, but the other one was, nope.
Yeah, definitely a lot better.
Yes.
And then you look at MFF, and they had a ambulance call on Wednesday before the con even started.
Something broken on Wednesday.
Yep.
And they had
I think the
feces
front
smeared all
door.
over the stairwells.
Wasn't there a convention that had a plate glass window blow? Oh, it was
Furpak.
had a plate glass window blowout.
Wait, it blew
Yeah, on the
out?
second floor, right over the right over the lobby. It was shattered glass all over the place. And that was on Thursday.
Knocked
What
it
the hell?
frame or something like that.
I'm
I guess
not sure.
the best one was still quite a few. Actually, it was 2016. It was just after my motorcycle accident. Somebody had a bad trip. I think this was at FWA. Had a bad trip, took a swan dive right from the 4th floor balcony, 6 stories down into the restaurant, right into the booth.
Wait,
And he
really? Someone committed
survived?
suicide?
He survived.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
How?
He was wearing his fursuit when he did it.
Oh my god.
He landed into the booth.
Wait, what kind of booth was it? Was it like fabric?
It was a vinyl padded booth or something like that.
Oh yeah,
No
you'd
seats.
have a good chance of surviving if you smacked into that because you'd have the fabric
Well, he had to have
bracing you, stopping you
he had to have surgeries and stuff to fix stuff, but
Oh
he
yeah, I mean, fallen several stories. I mean, boy.
Oh yeah, your body would be screwed up for sure, but you've at least got a chance of survival at that point.
but
Yeah.
6 months later or whatever, he was back into doing the same antics. So
People don't learn, do they?
Yeah,
hope
Gluttons.
idiots be idiots, being what that is. But
no brain,
yes,
no brain, no pain. My dad used to say.
but as I was saying, Noble, like with all those things that you mentioned, those are also big victories for free for all.
Mm-hmm.
And in that cause of thing, it just basically goes to show you, like, as a concluding statement for that, if you want to go over there, be a degenerate, run amok, see all this degenerate shit, by all means, get vaccinated and attend the mainline furry convention.
Yeah, do that at MFF or something.
Your anthrocons, your furpocalypses.
Well, the problem is it really depends on why someone wants to go to the actual FurCon itself. If they want to go and see actual artists, well,
Mm-hmm.
that's where they're all going.
And yeah, if people want to go cut their life expectancy in half to go to a mainstream furry con, go right ahead.
Knock yourself out.
I mean, I won't ever take that stuff because my mom died from the J&J booster. So
Mm-hmm.
just seeing her health decline after, when she got the first one, it was starting to go, and then after she got that booster, it was March 26th was her last day on Earth.
Oh.
She was only 61.
I'm sorry to hear
But-
that.
Not, and it's been a common occurrence all over the place. You see everybody all of a sudden just died suddenly.
Dude, my coworker, she's only, I think, 53 or 47. I don't remember. I think she was 53. She got the one vaccine once. About 2 days later, she was hospitalized for a blood clot. A few months after that, got a booster and died a week later.
Ugh.
Pulmonary embolism.
Yeah.
She had no health concerns. She wasn't overweight. None of that.
What most people generally forget is that when there's a new vaccine, there's usually a testing phase which was completely thrown to the gutter.
Yep.
We didn't have that.
Yeah, that came out relatively recently. That they said, yeah, we kind of just rushed this and didn't really do proper human trials yet. So okay, a rushed experimental drug happens to be killing people. Like, I know it's not a lot of people, like maybe a few
Still-
dozen here and there, but nope.
The problem would be figuring out exactly what ingredients did what.
I don't
That's the
know.
other issue.
It's hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a couple of interesting live comments to say, just in and around this whole segment. Joseph says, "If you keep building this new movement in the furry fandom, I am sure and hope that it will influence young furs in a good way."
Yeah, that's true. That's really true.
Nice.
It's really sad to see just how politically driven this fandom has become. I mean, it really is just sick. And there's so many young people coming into it now, and it's not even about like being a furry anymore and enjoying anthropomorphism. It's more about like your sexuality and your gender and your race and all that nonsense. Who you vote for.
Annoying.
It's not fun anymore. Like, I mean, it is, but like, not a lot of it.
This is
Vera, the whole furry thing used to be something separate from your regular life. It was
Yes.
not down below. It was sort of down below and then shifted to the left or the right. So usually, now unless you had a successful business in the furry community or doing supplies and stuff, you generally didn't have it cross over into your real life. However, nowadays people are more about being they want you to show off more.
Right,
So if you're
that's
a furry
precisely
with a,
what it is.
so if you're like the rainbow dildo butt monkey, then you get invited into going to libraries for teaching kids how to read for some weird psychotic reason. But that's
Yeah, actually.
That's the
Like-
kind of stuff that's degenerate and should be, if someone wants to dress up like a rainbow dildo butt monkey, then they need to go do that where it's appropriate, and preferably not in front of school children.
Did you see the soldier with the pup hood a couple weeks ago?
God, I felt
Oh yeah, that was funny.
guy.
Oh boy. Oh goodness. Right in front of the flag and all the badges and stuff. Oh goodness.
he made some
I think-
poor choices with that.
I think there was more than one person too. Wasn't there like a few that did that?
There's a couple
Oh,
of them that I've seen on Twitter that, yeah, but the problem with him is he was a colonel and he was leading a unit or something like that out of the joint base of Hawaii, and he got all the patches that showed up on his ASU jacket, the patches on his ACUs and everything. It's like, yeah, okay, you said you're a colonel, you got all these patches, put 2 and 2 together, people can figure out what you did and who you were.
What the heck?
And there was also pictures of him leading the Maryland National Guard or something like that, however many years before he went to Hawaii. It's like, well, what did you think was going to happen if he put that out there?
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
But as I was to get back to the whole thing, Noble is indeed right. Like now, now Furism stands for whatever. Like Aviator and Noble are both indeed right. It stands for all that stuff, plus the whole incessant, the showboating, hedonism, degeneracy, and
I think a large part too could also be like activism. Like furries, a lot of them tend to be like gung ho
No.
activists.
No, that's not activism. That's terrorism.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean.
But there's another interesting comment too. Mint says, "Fuck the vax. Mainstream furrycons are a bigger threat to life." LMAO.
Oh boy. I mean,
Oh,
Still statement.
yeah. Now I don't know about this actually. Have people died at furry cons? I don't know if they have.
Hold on. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I can't think of a story. I know people have gotten very sick and injured, but like, I don't know.
unless somebody drank too much.
Maybe.
2016, apparently. There was an incident at... Oh no, Fairy Community shocked after gory triple murder.
Whoa.
On September the 24th, 2016, I think this was. I don't think this was at a furry con, though. Oh, no, it was the chlorine gas attack at
Fest.
2014.
Yeah, that one.
Mid-
Yes, that one. But that's just a thing of the past, as it were.
But that's Rolling Stones. 19 hospitalized at furry convention due to seemingly... oh, no, that's a different one.
Yeah, the Midwest Fur Fest chlorine gas incident of 2014 is a thing of the past at the end of the day, in this present time. But yeah,
No, that's what happens when I Google, so...
but
Yay.
alas, though, but to get back to the whole point of this, Joseph is indeed right. We should people like us, furries like us, and even the younger furries, the next generation of furries, really need to get up there and start, supporting events like Free for All. Start,
Definitely. A big problem with the fandom too is it's become way too mainstream. And like you said earlier about like it bleeding into like real life, I feel like it doesn't have to be that way.
No, it really
It shouldn't.
doesn't. It's really like escapism, fantasy, and just fun. And all
Furry
that at
does
the end
not mean kicking back, relaxing with your feet in a bucket of cat litter. Don't worry, at our car show, somebody came up and asked my dad and I about that. And we're like, yeah, no, that's not furry.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. I think that was a joke.
I have no clue.
Who knows?
No, but yeah. But that's just pretty much what it is, though. Are we expecting to see more of this stuff in 2023? I bet you probably will.
Well, I imagine at some point people are going to start protesting at actual fur cons.
Oh, they have.
They already did.
Oh, really?
They were doing it at MFF.
Yeah,
What
when I was at
protesting?
was it A&E in 2019? They had for the 2020 election, they had like Bernie Sanders
Oh,
like a whole like march of
They
people.
went, yeah, they went
with
out and
signs.
they were rallying and shit.
Why would you drag
did the same
politics
thing.
into furry?
Dude, they did the
Fuck.
same thing at FurPoc. They had like giant like signs of like Bernie Sanders plastered face on it. It was weird. Like a dozen people were chanting and marching and holding signs and crap, and like in fursuit too. I'm like, dude.
I remember 2016 at FurPoc, somebody was going around dressed up. You know those suspended masks where somebody's face. They probably knew it was Shaq. They used to have the Shaq mask. Well, somebody had a Hillary mask.
Oh,
Like all flags and everything. Vote for me. Vote for me. You know, I looked at her and said, "What about Benghazi? What about Whitewater? What about all this stuff?" And everything.
yeah.
She just walked away. So 2020 or 2017, we were at A&E for the inauguration, and the same person had the Hillary mask, dressed in all black like funeral clothes. And I said, "Oh, are you mourning your campaign?" But it's just gotten worse. Ugh.
Yeah, 2016 FurPoc. I don't remember that. Probably because I don't know. I just don't remember that. But damn, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, but now like 2023, I think if we haven't hit the whole hold my beer level yet. I dare say, which is again not me suggesting they should, go do all this stuff, but we're just saying that we're expecting more of this stuff, maybe, on a varying scale at these mainline fur cons, while these mainline fur cons keep having the whole COVID thing in place, even though COVID is, or should be, a thing of the past that just, comes back at convenient times.
Yeah, and the thing is, it could be left in the past. Like, if people just stopped caring about it, then, like, oh, the 3 or 4 people that might have gotten the coronavirus at, like, a convention with 1,000 people or something, that wouldn't really be a big deal. It's like, con crud or whatever.
Well, but
the fact that like mainstream cons are still implying all these ridiculous rules, like, do you think that's ever going to go away?
I don't think so. I don't know, but what I do know, it's not. What I do know is that COVID's just kind of reared its ugly head again during this Christmas period, and and I expect it to rear its ugly head again at a convenient time, like around Easter.
Yep.
2023.
Yeah.
So, they can't exactly engineer variants fast enough unless
Yeah, I was just gonna say, they're gonna have some new variant come out. It's gonna have some scary name, like Omega Delta 9 is coming for you, or some crazy shit.
Well, like I said,
I really should learn that language, to be honest.
What, Latin?
That's it, Latin. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, in the MCFC group, they kind of, revealed their true intentions with this is to filter out people like us.
That is crazy.
Who are adults, who support freedom of choice, that sort of thing,
At the convention,
Yeah,
right?
that's exactly what they want.
What's going to happen?
That's exactly what it is.
So now we're gonna switch tack to what's so in this time of the year, and say, yeah, what, it's Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to, and like I said, and Avira, you came up with this idea, let's have a look at some of the weirdest, most, wackiest cultural traditions, that celebrate Christmas.
Yes. Did you find anything on that or no?
I did find a few articles there.
Oh, good. Okay, let's talk about that, because there are some
Great.
pretty wacky ones out there.
Yes. some unique ones. let's start with the infamous one from Sweden, the giant Yule goat from the town of Gävle.
The
Where
Yule
every
goat.
year they build this giant,
Oh my.
giant goat that hangs, from the old paganistic traditions. A giant straw goat, and people have attempted on many occasions to burn it down.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like that looks very flammable.
Mm-hmm.
Like Burning Man, Burning Goat.
Yeah, there's more and more too. Like
So
another
the goat
strange
is.
tradition.
Oh, okay.
Norwegians hide their brooms.
Wait, they hide their brooms because they're afraid witches will steal them?
I actually would think this is the sort of a thing that you should be doing in Halloween.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, that's a good point. Yeah, why on Christmas?
Right?
Huh.
It's like during the Christmas period, Norwegians hide all their brooms in order to keep away the evil witches who ride on brooms from their homes.
I
Okay,
should ask a friend that, but she's not online right now.
that's I haven't heard of that one. It's pretty funny.
Another.
Ooh, I like this one.
Another one, Philippines. If you thought the United States went all out with Christmas decorations, you should see what the Philippines does. Every year, the city of San Fernando holds Ligligan Parul, a giant lantern festival featuring dazzling paroles, lanterns that symbolize the Star of Bethlehem. Each parole consists of thousands of spinning lights that illuminate the night sky. This festival has made San Fernando the Christmas capital of the Philippines. Very nice.
That's pretty cool.
Very, in its own unique and wholesome in the spirit sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Totally love to be in the spirit of that.
Oh, Japan. Yep.
Japan.
There we go.
Oh, this is bad.
Let's see.
Well, it's not really bad though, because I mean, it's not a national holiday in Japan. Most people there are either like Buddhist or
Correct.
some type of like Shintoism.
Yeah, in a way, it's another form of Buddhism. But
Came
yes.
across an interesting YouTube video from a Japanese comedian who was talking about the Christmas period in Japan. It's just tokenism. They're not actually celebrating it. It's a holiday that they felt they'd absorb and take advantage of.
It's like one of those weird things that these Westerners do, and in Japanese fashion, they just gotta imitate it or whatever in its own in their own Japanese crazy wacky way.
Oh, I wouldn't call it crazy.
I'd
say wacky, but not crazy.
Yes, but this one, Japan, instead of it said that rather than gathering around a table for turkey, families head out to their local KFC.
Okay, so the tradition began in 1974 after a wildly successful marketing campaign called, oh god, can I read that? Kurisumasu.
Yeah, let me say it to you. Christmasu Niba Kentucky.
Right. Okay, perfect. Kentucky for Christmas. Oh, that's nice.
Here's another one. Iceland.
Okay, so similar to the 12 days of Christmas in the US, Iceland celebrates 13, each night before Christmas. Icelandic children, they're visited by the 13 Yule lads. After placing their shoes by the window, the little ones will head upstairs to bed. In the morning, they'll either have received candy if they're good, or be greeted with shoes full of rotten potatoes if they're bad? Huh? What kind of horrible parents?
Oh, Vera, how do you raise a child?
It's their way of
turn
being in
around?
Santa, right? Like, there's a tradition that you get given a bag of coal in Christmas, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's their version of that, but
At least you can burn coal in a fire and you could be useful. I mean, rotten potatoes, yeah.
I don't think I've known anybody that ever gotten coal for Christmas.
Well, maybe
I
that's just
forget.
a thing of the past. Really.
You ever see like those that Santa's coal, like that Christmas candy?
Oh.
Comes in the red bag. I actually like that.
Sounds like licorice or something.
It actually tastes like juicy fruit,
Oh wow.
Oh,
but
wow.
it's dyed black, and whenever you eat it or like even touch it, the ink gets everywhere. Like it'll dye your mouth black.
It sounds like a ghost drop.
Yeah, it's not really the best designed candy, I guess, but I don't know. It's a cute gimmick.
We all have to have our gimmicks.
Yes, there's another. Here's another weird series of weird Christmas traditions. Ukraine decorating Christmas trees with spider webs.
Okay,
Wait, really?
what is
Where?
this with Halloween and Christmas like combined? You know, even like Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't know. They're too similar. Why are you decorated with spider webs though?
And this
That's
says, Ukrainians believe that decorating the tree will bring them good luck in their home and life.
Okay, I mean spiders can be good luck, I guess.
I'm not sure if they ever were known for luck. Spiders. If you wanted a good luck symbol, wouldn't you decorate your thing with horseshoes and clovers and a rabbit's foot?
Yeah, all these good luck symbols are kind of weird.
Spiders.
Ooh, that's picking up.
Ireland, beer and pie for Santa.
That sounds traditionally Irish.
Yeah,
That's Irish.
big time. And they love their beer and all that. Here's another strange one. Another Irish one. Christmas with Krampus, the half goat, half demon.
Wait, where's this located in?
The
Oh, it's
Ireland.
Ireland.
I think this whole thing is basically them. Like, if you were basically didn't like Christmas and you wanted to long back to the days of the, pre-Christian Ireland where they were all druids and stuff. Yeah, do that.
It seems more like a Yule kind of, like your traditional Celtic kind of thing.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting.
Well, apparently Christians have only liked Christmas for like the last 1,000 years. Before then, it was just seen as degenerate. People getting drunk, people going completely ballistic,
Or
breaking
they
property,
and
and
trying to
rioting in
reconcile
general.
Christmas with their own, their own old-fashioned traditions. I'm not saying
you
things
mean,
like Yuletide and that are a bad thing.
Getting drunk and cross-dressing.
Yeah,
Mind you, that was Roman, so
Well, the one thing we have to remember is, Christmas itself was established in December as a replacement for Yule because of all the pagan religions, when Christianity was supplanting all the pagan religions.
right. And in a way, they tried to do the whole thing with Constantine. Like they tried to Christianize, some of the pagan stuff and all that, like traditions.
It is kind of interesting how Middle Eastern religion took over the Europe area.
I think it's just that Europe were the ones that were the most, it wasn't easy, but they really did, replace it more than anything else. But
So, do you guys have any traditions at all that you do
I
like
don't
for
know.
Christmas?
I don't know, man. Like, because Christmas down here is in the summer, we don't do the whole wintry traditions. It's just weird.
No, if we were dressed like it's winter, we'd basically be cooking ourselves.
Okay.
Go to the beach for Christmas. There you go.
Yeah,
No,
right.
you put on your thongs, put on a short sleeve shirt and some shorts, and you go out and have a barbecue.
There you go. Christmas barbecue.
That sounds nice.
I don't know. Sunday we're going down to my sister's house for breakfast. She's making breakfast.
Oh, very good.
Nice.
Of course, my sister and brother-in-law with their kids live in between us and my dad, so
Mm-hmm.
that makes it easy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, every year, well, I put up some lights, like around the front of the house. We also get like a real tree every year. And this is something that I just do personally. I don't know what? I don't know how long this started, but I think ever since, God, maybe like since middle school or before, every year on Christmas I would watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
The original claymation.
Yep,
Ah,
every year. I don't
That's-
know. It's just something I like doing.
Like 24 hours.
Ooh, Joel, we got a question.
Mm-hmm. Then Australians celebrate Boxing Day.
Well, it is an actual public holiday here in this country, yes.
Correct, and it's the day after Christmas.
Aren't you supposed to open your Christmas gifts on that day, though?
I never really got to follow that.
Isn't Boxing Day a public holiday across all of the Dominion countries, though?
Oh, like in Canada too?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think it's all in the Crown constituencies. Boxing Day was nothing we ever celebrated in the States.
Yeah, I don't really know much about it.
It's a day for taxes.
Joseph asks, "Do you guys
What?
box?"
Come on,
That's
Cat.
like the one question you got to ask on a day like Boxing Day. Is this a day where you just get out there and friggin'? I don't blame you for asking that question, but
No, that's the day you go and put the boxing gloves on the kangaroos and watch the kangaroos box.
Hey. Kangaroos don't use boxing gloves. They just come at you with their claws.
Yes.
what
Then you
do
just-
we do with you guys?
And then when you're running away from the kangaroo that's coming up to pick a fight with you, you got to watch out for those birds there, the cassowaries or whatever they are.
Oh, the
Magpies.
cassowaries.
Cassowaries. Those things will destroy you.
Yo, those are scary. Those are like freaking dinosaurs. I've seen a video of a cassowary swallowing an entire apple whole.
Wow.
It just gulped it right down. Like, bro, that's a little scary.
Australia is also the country you generally don't want to get wasted in because if you accidentally touch the gimpy, you'll wake up in searing ass pain.
Oh.
Touch the what?
The gimpy.
It's a plant.
Oh, it's a plant. Okay.
That sounds
Yeah,
like
see, you guys can have your poison ivy, but we'll take something that's nicknamed as the suicide plant any day.
then you have
crap.
in Mexico. Because the desert in the Baja, you have the teddy bear cholla, which will jump out at you and stick to you if you just look at it, and then you have the pencil plant, which can blind you.
That sounds fun.
That's why you stay on the beaten path when you're in the desert down there.
Right.
Well, now to finalize the whole rest of the thing, what are your predictions for 2023?
More degeneracy,
Ugh.
unfortunately.
I really hope things improve.
Well, now that we hopefully have the right people who control the house, the crap that they've been pushing through might get blunted. I don't know. It depends on, how much of a backbone they have.
Are we also expecting, what everyone is saying, a big recession to hit in 2023? Now that everything has become expensive.
I think we kind of already are.
Well, it depends on how much people are actually spending. That's the thing.
I don't think people were spending too much on Christmas this year.
You never know.
Walmart earlier, when we were in Walmart, it was pretty busy, so.
But
Yes,
again, like with all things, food is currently still, expensive. We've been dealing with all this stuff. And, down here, Australia 2022 was like, this is like a year where the country went underwater, so literally speaking.
Yeah, and then before all the crap, you guys had all those wildfires.
Yeah,
we have those every couple years.
Yeah.
But this was the year where we just had like non-stop heavy rain events, and the towns around the rivers and the countryside just all flooded
Wow.
because of heavy rain. So
I think
You
at this point we just pray for things to get better.
yeah, and ultimately, yeah, like the wild, the more crazy wild weather. I don't know. Maybe we will see something that's beyond all explanation, other than climate change.
Don't get Al Gore excited.
Yeah.
Well, and with that, I pronounce that we have currently reached the end of the Rated Rambles Season 5 for 2022.
Woohoo!
All right. And next time we see you guys, it'll be next year.
What a ride, right? 2022
Yeah.
has been a hell of a ride. It's
Oh, you know what's funny about 2022 that we didn't even bother to mention? Freaking Elon Musk buying Twitter. I mean, we always talked about that before, but I'm just saying it's another bonkers thing that happened this year.
Whoever expected
Oh, that's been just completely entertaining for me. I mean, holy shit! Now it looks like he's at the point where he's, oh shit, this is obviously too much than I was expecting, and now he's trying to shaft his responsibility, which was fucking fantastic.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
a lot of
Should I step down from Twitter? Yeah, no, I don't think you should.
a lot of things got revealed. A lot of scary things.
Mm.
Not to mention some illegal things as well.
Yes, especially been part of our government.
Well, can't really get too deep into that anyway.
Yeah.
Nor was it surprising.
Yeah.
No, but it's been it's been a great ride. Like if you do all the if all the evils are going to be exposed in the world, then it must happen. The curtain must be veiled out, and that's why I gotta be thankful for my main man Kanye West, crazy as he is for doing that.
Oh, jeez. He made Alex Jones look sane. Like, how do you do that?
Oh, it's easier, Vera. You just try to shove your head so far up your ass, you reach your
Oh.
stomach.
My God.
Wow.
Yeah.
You get the where you say, "Oh, this nothing shocks me anymore." Then you have something that shocks you. It's just, oh man, nothing surprises me anymore.
The thing is that you have to realize that it doesn't matter what standards you set your whole sort of thing at. There's always going to be someone to go way below it. I mean, I've had something. I think it was this year, may have been last year. That just I sat there, thought for a moment, and then realized that I had not seen anything that bad before, but now I have. And after that, it's the only thing that's really going to surprise me is if we start seeing suicide cults starting to really flare up again.
I think they already exist. It's called it's called
in the
climate
furry
cult,
fandom.
the vegan cult, and
I'm talking more like the furry fandom, not Jilly Juice.
Jonestown.
Yes, like that.
Okay.
No. It was back in the 90s. You had that whole group there that thought there was a alien spaceship in the tail of Hale-Bopp or something. And
Yeah, Heaven's Gate.
when Hale-Bopp got to the closest approach to the Earth, they all stood up on a cliffside and killed themselves, thinking that that's how they were going to get on this ship.
Wait, what was the one where they moved? Was it to Mexico and they drank poison?
No, that was Jonestown.
Oh.
Yeah, they drank the Kool-Aid.
Literally.
And I think it was, where was that, in Guyana or something like that? I can't remember.
I don't know.
It was somewhere in Central America.
Yeah.
oh well. And with that, that's the end of that. So, we would like to wrap up this episode and this season with a closing statement.
Make sure you got enough projects for a couple of weeks, guys, because it's going to be a hell of a ride.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Astro.
Can I close with a prayer?
Sure,
All
absolutely.
right, let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for the fact that we're celebrating this Christmas season to remember your risen Son that was born on Christmas Day, who would grow to live on this earth for 33 years and die on the cross on Easter to bring us all salvation. We thank you every day for this, and we thank you for 2022, and we're going to thank you for the things that you bring us for 2023. In thy holy and blessed name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right. Well, guys, I can't believe we made it this far already. I mean, 5 seasons. Like, oh, my goodness. Yeah, 2023. Hopefully, it's going to be a pretty good ride. I mean, hopefully, if things get a little better. I am looking forward to other events, though. I mean, definitely Free for All. I know it's going to be a lot bigger next year too. Now that we have all the marketing and stuff going for it, that's going to be great.
And we're working
And
here.
yeah, guys, I guess I'll see you next year.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
And to all our
Bye,
listeners, thank you for
everybody.
tuning in. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you. I hope you enjoyed this as much as we did making this for you. And as showrunner, it is always my my honor and my duty as a privilege to be able to chronicle not just the story of the furry raiders, but of the world that which we inhabit in, both inside and outside of furry. And as always, our episodes are available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Player.fm, iHeartRadio, BitChute, and more further down the line. You may see a new platform in 2023. We're excited to see what season 6 brings for you on the table, as we are all stuck on this ride. And with that, we bid you farewell, and until next time.
Bye.